Our job as parents is to make sure that there is much more connection than there is correction and direction. So when we're giving correction and direction, there needs to be a high level of connection associated with it. My favorite example of this is a story that's probably a number of years old now. My three oldest kids were in primary school. One of them has been married now for 3 years. The other one finished high school a couple of years ago, and the third one's doing year 12 right now. She's almost finished high school. She's got like 10 weeks to go. But they were all in primary school. So we're going back about 10 years. I remember walking into the living room one morning and these children were playing games. They were still in their pajamas. Their hair was untidy. They hadn't brushed their teeth. They hadn't eaten breakfast. They hadn't packed their bags. Nothing was going right. And they knew that we were in a hurry. They knew things needed to be done. But rather than connect with them, I just blew up. I offered a whole lot of correction and direction. I didn't speak softly. I didn't get on their level. I didn't give them one thing to do. I didn't drop the don't. I just unloaded. I said, that's it. I've had enough. I've told you kids time and time again, you need to get ready for school. Now get upstairs, get out of your pajamas, get your uniforms on, brush your hair, come down and eat some breakfast. We've got to pack your bags. This is ridiculous. If you don't get moving now, the morning's going to be destroyed and it's going to be all your fault. And I don't know if you've ever had a morning like that with your kids, but that's where I went. At the time, in my defense, I think I was still probably doing my PhD. I wasn't a qualified parenting expert then, so that's my that's my defense. But I blew it. Now here's what happened. Three little girls looked at me with sad eyes and then marched up the stairs. And you know what I did? I went, perfect. It worked. Sometimes you've just got to lay down the law. Anyway, probably 10 or 15 minutes later, I'm down in the kitchen and I'm, I don't know, trying to organize their breakfasts or their lunches or whatever and just trying to create some harmony in the morning. And I realized that they're really quiet upstairs and I can't hear anything happening. So I walk back into the living room. I call up the stairs. Hey, kids, come down here. And slowly, each of them meanders down into the living room, and they're still wearing their pajamas. They're still got their hair everywhere. They haven't had any breakfast. They're like they've done nothing. And I'm incredulous. I look at them like, what? What is going on? Why are you still? 10 minutes ago, I walked in here and I said something very clearly. What did I say? And there was quiet. They looked at each other. They were like, oh, we are in so much trouble right now. And I had steam coming out of my ears. I was so cranky. And finally, one of the kids looked at me and she said, you told us that we should be nice to each other, that we should be kind to each other. And I was like, no, because I didn't do any of the basic stuff. And I certainly didn't do one of the fancier answers. I didn't connect with the kids. They didn't feel seen or heard or valued. All they got was a bucket load of correction and direction. No connection at all. Imagine if I'd walked in though and I'd sat down with the kids and I'd said, you kids are having such a great time, aren't you? It's a really good morning for playing. Hey, I've asked you to do something a couple of times. Now, hear me, I'm speaking softly. I'm down on their level. I'm asking them to repeat it back. I'm doing all of those basic answers that I talked about a few minutes ago. I'm speaking quietly. There's some gentle touch perhaps. I'm not doing any don't. I'm just doing those basic answers, but I'm doing it in a connecting way. And maybe I might say to one of the kids, what do you need to do right now to get ready for school? Would you like me to help you with that? Or do you think you can do it on your own? Okay, you go do that and come back and tell me as soon as you've done it. We'll do the next thing. And then I'll look at the next child. You're sitting here in your jammies too. You haven't moved for a while. What do you need to do next? And she tells me what it is. Would you like some help with that or can you do it on your own? Okay, you go do that and come and tell me when you're done. And then the third one, same thing. What are you up to? What's next? Do you need help or can you do it on your own? Can you hear the way that connection, that feeling seen, heard and valued changes the nature of the request and it changes the degree to which our children are going to be compliant? Instead of running upstairs terrified, because again, for those of you who have followed me for any length of time, you know that high emotions equals low intelligence. I'm blasting them, I'm yelling at them, I'm not on their level, I'm judging them, I'm criticizing them, I'm giving them just a mouthful, and I'm not being intelligent, but neither are they. Now they're emotionally flooded, they're really scared of dad, they think they're going to get in trouble. What I'm saying isn't going in, their brain's actually shutting down the more I'm doing this. If we want to have our children reasoning with us, we need to have, they need to be regulated. And the only way they're going to be regulated is if they are in good relation with us. Good relation leads to good regulation, which leads to good reason.